This one is simply called University is a Scam. Let's see how this goes. I'm sure it's going to be filled with wonderful Japanese inferences. Oh, the sound effects are real. What the hell? Like, honestly, she just cutting straight through that butter like a hot knife. I'll tell you what. Yes, bullet point after bullet point after bullet point right there. And yeah, you learn how to be gay. Do you have any friends who started college and then ended up being gay after they got done with college? Phoenix, I bet you have about 20.
Me, yeah. No, I've got plenty. Although I went to an art school, so really, I don't. Pretty much
That's
everyone
like an
there.
outlaw, yeah.
Yeah. What about you guys, Rev Straub?
I mean, for me, going to college definitely made me a lot more liberal and a lot more gay when I was in college. It wasn't until I left college that those things changed.
Isn't it amazing? Got to be reformed. That's one of the things that, as my daughter has entered high school, is getting ready to go into high school, we're having these conversations about like, I've said to her, I don't know if college is even college could be an option, but does it really need to be the option? And you start planting these seeds because everyone is like, well, you got to get into college. You got to do this. And it's like, do you really need to go to college? Like, there's plenty of other ways to learn. And honestly, as Leaflit said, 4 years and $120,000. Do you really want to be owing that for the rest of your life?
Yeah, it's a terrible route for a lot of people.
It's like hard too though, because like for me, like I always wanted to be a teacher, so it was like, okay, well I need to go to college to be a teacher. But like I will say, obviously there are different ways you can go to school without spending that much money. Like if you really do want to, you can go to a tech school, you can transfer into a university. There are, obviously like scholarships and stuff you can get. Like I left college with like, I think 15 grand in loans and like, that was it. So I paid those off already, thankfully. But I know people that like took out private loans. They had hundreds of thousands to have like an ecology degree that they don't even use. So
yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah,
I have relatives who were I guess in-laws, and they are in their 50s and they just paid off their college. It's like, holy shit! Like they spent their entire life paying off something that they did for 4 or 5 years. Like that's nuts to me. Let's continue here. I bet this is a banger. Wow. Leaflit is awesome. Like she gets it.
Yeah. I just think about like when I graduated high school and like the expectation for everyone was to go to college or you're a failure. And I remember like the group of kids were going to, not just traditional college. That's not where they're going. They're going to trade schools. And everyone was like, those idiots going to trade schools. Oh, that's for the dummies. And like, those are the people who went on debt free or with very minimal debt. And they got good jobs that will not be going away anytime soon. Meanwhile, all the people on the right track, the good ones, they went off and got 300 grand in student loan debt and got a degree in like feminist studies or some BS, and now they're completely screwed. They're going to have literal generational debt through student loans they're never going to pay off in their entire life.
And you're nailed it right there. All those people who went to trade school, there was a stigma around trade school when I was, oh, you're going to go learn how to be a plumber. It's like, no. They were the smart ones. They're the ones who are living debt free. And she said something in here that I heard this idea several years ago and it really resonated with me. Start a business instead, right? If you're going to spend, let's just say, if you're going to say, well, I really want to spend $100,000 over 4 years, right? Why not pitch an idea, go to the bank, get a loan, or even better, if your parents are going to spend that money. I heard this idea that instead of just saying you're going to go to college, present your ideas to your parents. Let's say if your parents are going to allocate, let's just say $20,000, right? You go to them and you say, look, I want to go to college because this, and you lay it out. It's like a business plan. Or I want to start a business because of this, and you lay it out. Or I want to travel, and this is the things. And whatever that is, if your parents are fortunate enough to be able to lay that money out, or at least have that money budgeted, treat it like it's a business transaction. And I think that's that's the real world, right? And I love that idea. I really, really do.
Also, I like that phrase she used about like life being on tutorial mode forever. I feel like I know so many people who just kept going to school and kept getting more degrees, not because they really wanted to, because they wanted to just basically keep delaying life, the real world. They just wanted to keep staying in school forever and dealing with the consequences of the loans and the debt and all that stuff later. So they were already screwed, and they're just like, yeah, I'll just get another degree and just stay on tutorial mode forever.
No, I agree with that. I feel like even for me, like, I can't lie, I really enjoyed college. I had a really good time. That being said, do I agree that I was brainwashed? Yes. And in fact, especially like in my like certain classes, not as much, but like especially in my like main core classes for like education and things like that, like it was very, very, very liberal pushed. Like I remember there were maybe a couple kids in my class that would like speak against the grain or whatever, and they would get like attacked every time. Like it was just, yeah, no.
I mean, I went to school a long time ago, at least college. So, and I went to, by the way, one of the school that I went to, it's been featured on like libs of TikTok and people freaking out over, people who are centrist or right leaning being at the school. As a matter of fact, there's like little, liberal clubs or little Republican clubs on campus. And apparently at the school that I went to, the Republican club or conservative club has been literally run off campus for threats and stuff. So, and once again, this is in Texas. So keep that in mind, right? Let's continue here as we watch the greatness that is Leaflit.
Listen to me, all the graduates. University will destroy your life. 大学は詐欺 4 years cost over $20,000. You'll be basement of what's right. 左翼のクソばっか教えるだけさ Racist against whites and Asians. Drinking and partying is for retards. 大学は詐欺
Leaflit has something going on here as far as relaying these messages in fun, quirky, anime style music ways. I think this is actually really, really smart what she's doing.
She really knows how to use the trope too, where she always has the key phrases in like broken English too, which makes it extra funny. Like she's really great at doing these.
I agree. I think she's spectacular.
It's very catchy and very like in the visuals, like it's all very well done.
She said something in here, which, God, I want to make sure I pull this up. She said university is outdated. And man, I think that's like the biggest key phrase of the whole thing is I think at this point in the current year, university as it's currently set up is so ridiculously outdated. Do you know that universities don't pay taxes on their income? Did you like, isn't that insane? They have billion-dollar trusts that are set up, and they still are creating generic, general studies so they can have more students come in and expand and raise more money. And then with like, I don't know, have you guys followed all the NIL stuff, the name, image, and likeness stuff with all the athletes? Have you guys followed any of that stuff?
Yeah.
So Phoenix, get this. As a player now, you can sign what's considered name, image, and likeness deals. Now, this is a fairly new thing in the last 5, 6, 7 years or so. And because previously in college, you could not make money playing sports. It was very, very illegal. Then a lawsuit happened, and now you can get name, image, and likeness sponsorships, if you will, right? So these schools are paying millions of dollars. College sports has become like more or less major league sports at this point, specifically when it comes to football, basketball, and all the major sports that are, quote unquote, major in when it comes to sports. And you know who the university relies on to pay those? No, not out of that, not out of their salary or trust, out of the donors who are. They say, look, can you please spare us $1 million after your, to help us bring in this, power forward from Gonzaga to play on our team. It's so broken. And I don't know, the university system as a whole, from literally top to bottom, is a joke.
It's literally become like pay to win with these student athletes. Like they're literally just getting bought out. And it's like, it's gone so extreme from one end to the other where the universities were taking advantage of these students because they're, for the big schools, they're bringing in tens of millions of dollars of revenue every single year. If you're talking the big schools with football, basketball, whatever. And now it's like going extreme the other way where now they can make money, but now it's become like professional. There's no amateurism anymore at all. And you have these donors that control everything. There's millions of dollars flowing through, but yeah, it's the universities who continue to be like the helpless ones who just take advantage of the whole system.
I love it. I love what Leaflet's doing. I think it's powerful. Phoenix, I think this is when you talk about reclaiming culture. I think this is a great example of that. I don't know. What do you think?
I think
I know it's using AI. I know.
Yes, I will say that yes, what she's doing is fantastic. And what's great about the AI in this particular case is that it's fast. It can be, it's very similar to South Park where you can instantly get your ideas out. And I do love what she's doing. I think one of you guys even mentioned it, that it's perfect that it's in song, which makes it catchy and you're saying the thing over and over again. So it's effective. It's viral. It's everything. The production quality is great. It's not something that seems cheaply made. So it has legs to grow on social. I think everything she's doing is great, especially the other song too. I forgot what the other song was, but that was really funny too. The last one we saw. Yeah,
she is special. I love what Leaflet's doing. I really do.
Oh, about getting pregnant. That one.
Yes.
Babies.